system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history.
In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing.
The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, my sincere apologies for taking the day off yesterday, as some things came across my plate that I had to take care of. But before I get started, I have a very important announcement, as episode 2 of the Aggressively Average podcast has taken longer than I originally expected. And there has been some breaking news that is very important to cover first. So I've postponed posting that until my next video on YouTube. And here, what I'm going to present to all of you today is something that absolutely confirms everything we've been talking about, especially over the past couple weeks. First and foremost, I'm going to start off with this quote from nonfinancialadvice.crypto. As people in general want to equate XRP holders with celebrating the world burning because they think mainstream news is real. I think the XRP community is one of those groups of people on the planet that have their eyes wide open and they can see past the headlines. They haven't yet realized that most amplified storylines are actually staged in an effort to persuade populations to accept agendas or to be manipulated in the way the elites want you to move. And since they don't know what problem reaction solution is, they don't think about what the proposed solutions to these currently amplified problems will be. Instead, they take what they see at face value and can only assume the world's on fire and that XRP holders are pure psychopaths. But if they could see what we see, they'd probably buy a bag of XRP and start celebrating too. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing's been more true and more accurate than this quote that I've seen today. And what I need to stress to all of you is that every crisis that is being purported in the mainstream is, 1, a distraction away from what they're actually doing, and 2, an opportunity for us to maximize our wealth moving forward. You see, something I want to tell every single one of you is this. You guys don't follow my channel for you to go about your day-to-day. You guys don't follow my channel to learn how to make daily passive income 1% gains and maybe $50 to $100 a day. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I specifically made my YouTube channel because I am a black swan preparedness expert, my friends. That's right. I am here to help people make generational wealth out of the other side of mass crisis and mass systemic events. For example, when 99% of the population was confused during this health crisis. Oh, new variants. Oh, mass. Oh, the world is on fire. Oh, lockdowns. We in the XRP community in the general crypto space were prepared with 2020 foresight, with our crypto positions ready, and we benefited the most from the health crisis. The crypto space after March 2020 went absolutely parabolic, and it's because we were prepared for that black swan event. Now, there will be more, as they're already preparing the world for them. And all I'm here to tell all of you is that the infrastructure for the mass wealth building opportunities that will come while those mass crisis events are happening, is being laid out right now, as here JP Morgan is promoting that the future of money is tokenized, the future of money is token based, and they continue to talk about the cross-border payments niche. But nobody wants JP Morgan's shitty blockchain. Fuck their Onyx. We got Ripple's on-demand liquidity and XRP. JP Morgan's confirming the agenda, but XRP will be confirming your profits.
Moving money can be challenging. Traditional payment rails create limitations, like complex and costly cross-border transactions and limited cutoff times. The needs of payments providers and corporate treasurers are increasingly complicated, but they're constrained by current systems, with limitations based on locations, currencies, and account types. Global payments infrastructure needs to evolve. Efficient payment mechanisms need to be agile and direct. Complex multi-account structures need a way to move money globally 24/7 with technology-driven automation and programmability efficiencies. Enter deposit tokens, a transferable token that can be used as collateral and unlock new pathways for storing, exchanging, and settling funds, while still benefiting from the trust and stability of commercial bank money and connectivity to traditional financial services. We believe the future of money is token-based, where information and value movement merge, and money moves instantly, replacing slower message-based systems and ushering in a new era of financial efficiency. We are transforming the future of banking. We are Onyx by JP Morgan.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, when the JP Morgans of the world are confirming to you the agenda and are reiterating the same talking points us in the XRP community have been talking about for years, you know we're reaching a climax of a moment. Here, the U.S. Congress and U.S. Senate has had crypto as one of their main talking points, and it will be a main talking point for the 2024 election cycle, as Senator Loomis states that crypto lobbyists urged the court to dismiss SEC's Coinbase lawsuit. The Crypto Council for Innovation, Blockchain Association, Chamber for Digital Commerce, and DeFi Education Fund all filed amicus briefs against the SEC for Coinbase in the Coinbase lawsuit just yesterday. And the reason this is so important is because we are getting regulatory momentum towards the crypto industry in a positive direction. And the SEC is beginning to look more and more weak every single day. Oh, what a time to be alive if you're invested in crypto. Prices have been trading sideways for a while, but I believe there will be a special moment where the regulatory floodgates open wide. However, something I do want to discuss is specifically what Senator Loomis discussed the other day. Senator Loomis filed an amicus brief supporting Coinbase, and in her brief it argues that Congress has not granted SEC the authority to regulate crypto assets, something that I believe Gary Gensler stated specifically in regards to exchanges. 2, she stated defining the contours of crypto regulation in this country is the job for Congress and not the SEC. 3, the SEC's claim that virtually all crypto assets are security exceeds the SEC's authority, and putting a new spin on the regulation by enforcement term. Senator Loomis declares the SEC cannot legislate by enforcement. This is a big domino to fall against the SEC. And I can't stress this enough. This is the perfect scenario for us to come out of the other side stronger than ever. And all of you need to be prepared for what happens after we come out of it in a position of strength. You see here, the XRP community has been exposing ETHgate and everything that comes with it. But people have their biases, including Congressman Warren Davidson. You know what's so frustrating is that he's actually very pro-crypto. He's one of those Congress people that has been on the side of innovation, yet he continues to talk down XRP despite the massive win we've had for the industry. And he doesn't look into ETHgate, but wants to talk down Ripple and XRP because Ripple is helping build CBDCs for some governments. That's very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like CBDCs as much as the next guy, but trying to call Ripple and XRP evil, now that is where the frustration comes in. Personally speaking, I believe technology is neutral, but it's what we do as human beings with that technology that dictates the future.
To me, not only is there this token XRP, here's what we, Ripple, can do for you. And the creepy thing that I don't like about Ripple personally is that they're helping governments develop central bank digital currencies, which is evil. But that's part of the pitch that they're doing, right? So that's why it does look like, well, it looks like a certain amount of control being exerted by Ripple over how XRP can even function as a token within what Ripple's really trying to develop for the institutional investor. So the pitch deck really was different for them. And, that made sense to me.
And you see, what's so frustrating to me, ladies and gentlemen, is that I actually don't disagree with Mr. Warren Davidson. But the problem I have is that when it comes to people in crypto, they pick and choose what they believe to be credible, what they believe to be good versus evil, and then turn a blind eye to things that they may have given a predetermined positive stance to. For example, everyone that's a Bitcoin maxi calls XRP the banker's coin, and yet Ether is working with JP Morgan. And I'll talk about the biggest and most corrupt bank. Everyone and their mom wants to claim that XRP is an illegal security of Ripple. And yet, when the Ethereum Foundation is over here openly admitting on different interviews and talk shows that they literally did illegal security transactions, nobody bats an eye. This is my frustration with the crypto space. It's the hypocrisy and the ideological tribalism that infuriates me. I've always stated the best case scenario for us XRP investors is to get regulatory clarity in a non-XRP security designation, while at the same time ETH and other cryptos come under fire, and there's uncertainty for those. I think there's going to be a day where ETHgate finally comes to the forefront, because this is so blatant, and the corruption with the Ethereum Foundation is so undeniable that I can't believe that the only reason they haven't been sued is because they're literally in bed with the government.
Late 2015, you sold 500,000 Ethereum to Mike Novogratz.
Right.
For like 99 cents or something like that. Tell me the story of the transaction, which, well, would now worth almost $2 billion.
I mean, I think Mike, I think we in the foundation at the time, right? We had almost no fiat left and almost no Bitcoin left. All we had was the 3 million ETH, right?
Okay.
And so the foundation at the time had almost nothing, and we needed to survive. We needed to continue developing Ethereum, and the markets were not mature yet, right? So we were very frantically just looking for individuals who wanted to buy ETH so that we could continue funding the team. And I think I forget exactly how we reached out to Mike Novogratz. We might have reached out to him, or maybe Joe reached out to him, or maybe he reached out to us. But then he wanted to buy some Ether, and we were happy to sell some Ether because on the one hand, it was a very good deal for Mike Novogratz, and it was a very good deal for the other people that bought Ether, institutional at the time. But at the same time, those transactions helped the Ethereum Foundation survive, right? If they did not happen, then the Ethereum Foundation would have had to just fire all of its people because it didn't have any money left. So it was a huge win for them, and it was a huge win for Ethereum as well.
So by the end of the day, it was a good deal.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it true that you've discussed the price, and after that you changed the price to 99 cents because the market was like better for Ethereum. Because right now, Mike's when he's like referring to that transaction was like, I was discussing with Vitalik about an amount, and after that, because he was lagging like the decision, he's saying like Vitalik was like, okay, now because you were late to the party, the price has changed.
It was because the price on the secondary markets had gone up, right?
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, we were just benchmarking against like the secondary markets that existed then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. You guys think ETH is an unregistered illegal securities offering? Because I'll tell you what, I know for a fact it was. The only question is, are they gonna get come after? See, what's actually crazy is the fact that they've been allowed to trade and operate for so long with one, no lawsuit against them, and two, the squeaky clean image. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of FTX and how Sam Bankman-Fried was allowed to operate the biggest Ponzi scheme in the crypto market unchecked for years. Sounds to me like there were some wink-wink, hush-hush deals with the FTX situation, just like we in the XRP community all know there were wink-wink, hush-hush deals with ETH, ETHgate, and the conflicts of interest in the highest levels of the SEC. Oh, guys, if there's one thing I could tell all of you, it's that actually ETH was one of my bigger mistakes that I made as a crypto investor. A lot of you know the story about how I bought ETH at $8 and then I sold it all at 40, thinking a 5x gain was amazing. I was still a crypto noob at the time. But then that thing went all the way up to $1,400 in just a couple months after. Oh, what a big mistake selling all that ETH was. But I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that I really do want to see happen, it's a little SEC lawsuit towards ETH for an illegal securities offering. Because I want to buy some cheap Ether while XRP is over here skyrocketing. That would be the best case scenario. But the frustrating thing is XRP might have saved the entire industry on its own. And ETH might not even be in the line of fire anymore. The next couple months are going to dictate from a regulatory front what's going to happen with the rest of the crypto market. But I'm going to leave you with Sam Lyman in his interview with Forbes discussing the importance of the Judge Torres XRP ruling for the entire crypto space. XRP has literally saved all of crypto and people haven't realized it yet. But once they do, I don't even expect to thank you. Being an XRP investor is such a thankless job. But that's why we're just going to be thanking ourselves when our generational wealth finally comes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
A couple years ago, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, which is the issuer of XRP, which is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the space. So in this lawsuit, the SEC asserted that XRP was a security and that Ripple was issuing an unregistered security, and therefore should be the law should apply to them. And so what happened in this court case, however, was a monumental decision for the space. So Judge Annalisa Torres, she actually ruled that when XRP was first issued and sold to institutional investors, it was then a security. But after that, when XRP was sold on crypto exchanges, you had a lot of retail investors buying this asset, not knowing that it was tied to a specific company. And so by that definition, it actually didn't meet the criteria for a security. And so that has huge ripple effects, if you will, for the industry itself, because the implication, if that ruling stands, is that the majority of crypto assets sold on crypto exchanges like Coinbase or like Kraken, for example. Against what Gary Gensler has said, that those are all securities, they are actually not securities. And so it's had a lot of really large implications for the space going forward. And it's emboldened the crypto industry. It's been notched as a huge win for the industry, and it's hard to deny that it is.